At the Institute of Directors of Nigeria's roundtable, tagged Government Meets Business Forum, the head of service for the Federation, Mrs Winifred Oyo-Ita, was the guest speaker, focusing on the topic, Developing Public Sector Directors for Nation Building.
Looking at my tenure, by the grace of God, what are the major goals I want to achieve? I want to start with capacity building, because no matter the laudable policy thrust of government, it is the civil servants, the workforce of the service that is actually going to carry out these policies, because we are actually the engine room for government. And if the workforce is not well trained and does not have the capacity to effectively carry out all these laudable programs, then there is a very big problem.
At the end of the event, the head of service of the Federation entertained questions from the press. First, she shared on the goals and strategies of the ongoing public sector reforms in the country.
What we've done this afternoon is to discuss with the IOD on their invitation to come and share with the IOD what are some of the visions and initiatives that I have as the head of service of the Federation for the public service, for the civil service. And I touched on three key areas. I talked about human capital development, that is very important, that we improve our training and the capacity building of our civil servants, because if we need them to run with the vision of government, the policy thrust of this administration, they have to be very well trained. We need a workforce that has that capacity to deliver the level of service delivery that Nigerians expect of us.
Mrs Oyo-Ita also addressed the issues of welfare for federal civil servants.
We're looking in two areas in terms of welfare of the civil servants. And one area we're looking at is how to get them comfortably housed now while they are still in the service. You know, most civil servants could not benefit from the monetization policy some years back, where occupiers of government houses were able to take over the houses at a very negligible amount of money. So we have developed the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Program, which is an interministerial program of the service, where different MDAs with different strengths in the area of infrastructure development, lands and housing, funds, and so on, can come together working with the private sector on a kind of a PPP arrangement. And we thought this was a very good opportunity to bring this program to the notice of the IOD.
In the area of capacity building initiative, she gave insight into the Leadership Enhancement Development Program, which is also done in collaboration with the Institute of Directors for Nigeria.
The LEAD-P is a leadership program that we're introducing to identify those staff that have leadership potential, and then we now groom them to have in terms of succession planning, because succession planning is one area that has been lacking in the service, mentoring and succession planning. So we want to have a system where at an early stage in the career of a civil servant, we can identify those who have this leadership potential. And the LEAD-P program is a program that was started last year, and IOD, incidentally, they were at the launch of that program in September 2015. So we want to continue to work with them on that program.
On the plague and malaise of corruption in the civil service, Mrs Winifred Oyo-Ita assured that under her watch, there will be zero tolerance for such.
Yes, like I explained to someone when somebody raised this similar question, you cannot divorce the civil servant from the society in which he lives in. So when there's always that concentration on only civil servants are corrupt and so on, you have to find out how the society in which he's living in. There's a general problem in Nigeria in terms of unwholesome practice. But I have assured everybody who I come across that any civil servant who is caught engaging in corrupt practices will not go scot-free. Definitely such a person will be prosecuted and will be clearly used as an example for others to sit up and live a life of integrity in the service.
A vibrant, dynamic, and effective civil service is critical for the growth of any economy. It is expected that this new set of reforms will yield positive impact for Nigeria.